Still nasally, still recovering, still kind of sifting off the hype of the Xbox showcase that just happened recently, where we got confirmation of Persona 5 Revival coming out in February, the existence of Persona 6, a new Spyro game, Clockwork something, Magician. There was a lot of very interesting games in that showcase, and I'm super excited about a lot of it. Hell, Gears of War E-Day, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even a Gears of War fan, but like, whatever, bro. The Halo 1 remake, dude. They cooked. They had a lot going on there, and I'm very excited for a lot of it, right? But now that, you know, PlayStation had their thing, Xbox had their thing, Summer Game Fest did their thing, and we got a lot of great reveals, Final Fantasy, I mean, obviously Persona, like I just said, God of War Leve, and yes, I know it's called Lauf, it's actually pronounced Laufey, or Laufey, but I'm saying Leve because it's way funnier. But we got a lot of great reveals and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to a lot of it, primarily Final Fantasy and Persona. Those are my big two, you know what I'm saying? But now, all eyes are on Nintendo. Like, yo, during Prime E3, y'all were always present. Now y'all were the first to pull out at Summer Games Fest and stuff like that. So now y'all doing your own thing. We respect that. Where y'all at, right? Because here's the thing, right? We just had a conversation in our Discord about a somewhat of a more lackluster year one. Even though, okay, I do think that year one of Switch 2 was good. I think it was still phenomenal. I still think it was missing those heavy hitter must-haves of the console's first life, right? As much as I love stuff like Donkey Kong Bonanza, Pocopia, hell, Mario Kart World is an absolute must-have, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of great games that came out year one, but in reality, if we're being completely honest with ourselves, none of those were on the same level of stupid heavy hitters like Nintendo Switch's year one, like Breath of the Wild, ARMS even, you know, Splatoon 2, well, okay, maybe not ARMS, I'll take ARMS out of there, but Splatoon 2, Mario Odyssey, you know what I'm saying, like, those were, like, you need to have a Switch, right? That's definitely debatable for Switch 2's first year, and, you know, that sucks, you know, I still think that those games are phenomenal, but we were missing some super heavy, like, must-have heavy hitters, right? So now, we're looking at year two, and we're like, okay, we just hit the Switch's anniversary, like, what, like a couple days ago? Or something like that. I think it was June 4th. So, we've had the Switch for a full year now, which means we have now officially entered its year two. And we are looking at this next major direct with heavy eyes. Of course, we're like, Nintendo, y'all, especially with the price raises and stuff like that, y'all have to cook, you know what I'm saying? Like, we already know we have, you know, Splatoon, Raiders to look forward to. We eventually have, Fortune's Weave, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, but we still don't know any real information about that in regards to, like, a release date or anything like that, or even a window, you know what I'm saying? We have Star Fox within the next month, so that's great, but we're still missing that oomph. You know what I'm saying? That big boy that's going to smack all the normies across the face to make them get a Switch 2, to make it so that, you know, it's worth it to have for them, right? So, people have been speculating for the last couple days now after the, it was Nate the Hate and somebody else. They are, like, dead certain that a Nintendo Direct is happening either this week or next week. The other guy, another reliable source, he said that it's going to happen on Tuesday, which means that they would likely announce it on Monday, which is when I intend to put this video out, right? That being said, I have somewhat of a wish list here of things that I feel like we kind of need to see right now in regards to a Switch 2 Direct coming up this next year, because we really need to see some heavy hitters, right? First things first, like I said, we need to see what's going on with Fortune's Weave. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave is a big, heavy hitter. People have been waiting on that sucker for a good minute now. We need to see what's happening with Fire Emblem. We're way too excited. You know what I'm saying? And we know it exists. We know it looks generally, like, complete. You know what I'm saying? Or at the very least, it looked very close to complete by the time that we saw it, which means it can't be too far off. Hopefully, it doesn't get too heavily smothered in with the September releases, but we'll play that one by ear, right? Next to that, obviously Mario Kart World DLC. That is the number one. Like, when we see this direct, this needs to be the opener. Like, we need to see, like, all of the stuff that we're gonna get in terms of Mario Kart DLC. It is ridiculous that World has not received any DLC before Donkey Kong Bonanza, which came out after it and received DLC and extra content before it. That is ridiculous, and that was months ago, mind you. My literal last video on this was just talking about all the things that I wanted to see in terms of Mario Kart World DLC. So like what kind of content and stuff that I wanted to see. If you want to, you know, get more in depth with what, you know, kind of content I would like to see, or even what kind of content you might like to see, go check that out over there. You know, it kind of breaks down everything that I said. But either way, Mario Kart World DLC would be phenomenal. That needs to be the opener because it's been way too long now. A full year without DLC. A full year. They didn't even acknowledge the anniversary. Nobody acknowledged the fact that it was also the anniversary of Mario Kart World, mind you. So, that's crazy. But, yeah, it's about time. Next up, we need actual Mario Party Jamboree DLC. Okay? I don't care what anybody says. That Mario Party Plus whatever bullshit, no, that is not DLC. That's extra nonsense. That's gimmick bullshit. We need new maps, we need new characters, we need new like actual regular mini games that don't require a Switch 2. I'm so sorry. It's time to get more Jamboree DLC. Unless y'all are cooking up a new Mario Party that soon, which I highly doubt. We've only had Jamboree for like what? 2 years? Am I tripping? It's like, yeah, 2 years, give or take. So yeah, it's time to be, y'all better have been cooking up some Mario Party Jamboree DLC. I'm gonna be pissed otherwise. And give me an update. Wait, do we have the updated model for Donkey Kong in Bonanza, or in Jamboree? If he doesn't have the updated model, update his model too. It's time. You know what I'm saying? We don't need the rare one anymore. Let's update that too while we're at it. But some kind of major actual either Jamboree update or DLC. It's time. It's beyond time. Next, I have written here that we need to see a glimpse of Zelda. Okay, now here's the thing. We hit the 40th anniversary for Zelda this year already. The only major Zelda news that we've received in recent months is any like major updates to the movie that we're getting next year, right? And it looks, you know, to be solid. We've gotten a lot of good information about it, about like, you know, the casting and locations and stuff like that. And that's really, really cool. You know, I'm really looking forward to that movie. In the game space, you know what I'm saying? We kind of need a little bit more Zelda, you know? It's already been a solid 3 years since... Yeah, it's been 3 years now since Tears of the Kingdom, excuse me. And, you know, we did get our Switch 2 editions of both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom just last year. And we already know that the entire reason that they weren't working on DLC for Tears of the Kingdom was because they were already moving forward with, you know, production on a proper next major 3D Zelda title in a different universe, like a different, you know, timeline, or just a separate, you know, verse. You know what I'm saying? We're not in Era of the Wild anymore. We're taking on something completely different. We don't know what that is, but I would love to see a glimpse of something. Now, of course, if you don't feel like you're ready to showcase, if you really don't feel like it's ready to be showcased at all, then hey, you know, Nintendo, you really better get on it, because we did just receive a native port, like a real heavily well done native port of Twilight Princess. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna speak too heavy on it, but you know, y'all could have been working faster. If y'all got it ready to go, it better be showcased here. Cause otherwise, you know, people have already been playing it. I'm gonna leave it at that. But I'm just saying, some new Zelda stuff in terms of the games. It's about time. You know what I'm saying? It's already been 3 years since Tears. It's been 2 years since our last 2D Zelda. Maybe a major, well, no, we just got our spin-off title last year, so I can't even ask for another spin-off unless y'all handed the IP to another company to do some RPG or something crazy like that. But with Zelda, I don't think you would do that. But either way, I want to see something crazy with Zelda. Something new. Because we need to get those hype levels built up, you know? If you really do have that Ocarina of Time remake ready to go, whatever. At least it's something, and I'm happy to see it here, right? I'll definitely be playing along with the rest of the world whenever it drops. Now, I actually did have a new 3D Mario game written here, but in all honesty, I'm gonna be realistic. If it really was the Odyssey team that was working on DK, I'm not expecting to see a new 3D Mario anytime soon, because it's very clear that they have some form of formula down in terms of, like, you know, how 3D Mario Verse works, with Odyssey and DK Bonanza being like the stepping stones to that. So, you know, take as much time as you need, but it's been a very long time since Odyssey, and as much as I love DK Bonanza, it's not Mario. Like, it's a very different game. It's a very, very different game. And it's okay to say that, you know? I can like the two separately, and I could still want more of both of them separately. You know what I'm saying? I would love the next DK Bonanza, but obviously we just got that last year. So it's going to be another couple of years, if at all, before we see another major DK title. But Mario, you know, as much as I love Mario Wonder, Bell Park ain't holding me over for 3D Mario. You know, that's a different beast entirely. So if we have something to showcase for a 3D Mario for next year, maybe, now would be the time to showcase that. It's kind of important that we take a look into that. You know what I'm saying? I'm very glad that we got, you know, our Mario spin-offs recently. You know, Mario Tennis Fever, I heard was okay. You know, I didn't hear too much about it after that first initial week. It's kind of how these things usually go. That's just how it is. But yeah, I think it's about time we see some new 3D Mario or something, right? But that one I could take or leave. You know, if we see it, great. If not, I hope y'all are working extremely diligently on getting that out, because people have been antsy for a new 3D Mario for a very, very long time. Very long time. So I hope something's cooking up there, right? After that, we're dipping more into Sakurai specific territory, right? And at first this is gonna be like, you know, like 3 major topics, but I'm gonna sift them all into one topic: the next Sakurai project. I hope, or at the very least, I hope Sakurai is involved with one of the 3 projects that I'm about to mention, right? The first one being Kid Icarus. We need a port. We need a new game. We need more Kid Icarus. That series deserves more. It's ridiculous that we've had to beg and plead for the next Kid Icarus game for as long as we have, and like, we can't even legally comfortably get our hands on Uprising anymore. Why is there not any form of a port? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about time that we see something for Kid Icarus Uprising, whether it be a sequel, whether it be a port, whether it be a reimagining, something. We just need, well, no, Kid Icarus Uprising is a reboot reimagining of the Kid Icarus series. The humor is there, the gameplay is fire, the story is fun. It's such a good, it's so good. And I feel like Nintendo has completely underutilized its opportunity to make this one of its more prime IPs. Kid Icarus deserves a lot more than what it has, and I think it's about time we really showcase that. Hopefully we have something cooking in terms of Kid Icarus Uprising. After that, Kirby, right? I loved Kirby Air Riders, right? Played that for probably longer than most people. You know what I'm saying? I played a decent amount of Kirby Air Riders, and I think it was a very solid game. I absolutely adore it. I definitely will find myself hopping back in probably soon enough. I'm sure I'll want to, you know, give it another good couple of runs before I put it down for good. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad even saying it like that, but it's time for that next major Kirby, right? It's been, how long has it been since Forgotten Lands? It's been a while. It's been a good minute. And, you know, with that Switch 2 edition, I'll be honest, I didn't finish it. I gotta because it had been so long since I had played Forgotten Lands, and then the DLC came out. I'm like, oh, ooh, I forgot how to play. And I just, you know, not that, it's a Kirby game. It's not that hard to, like, get back into it or anything like that, but I like to be as into the thing that I'm playing as much as humanly possible. So I gotta restart and play the DLC, but I heard good things, right? So that's cool, that's dandy. But I think it's time for some new Kirby, you know what I'm saying? Now that we've entered the realm of 3D Kirby, I think it's about time we really start expanding on that. Hopefully we have some form of new major Kirby, something to look forward to within the next year, with, you know, a new Kirby title with new elements, a crazy new gimmick, and a lot of other stuff. I really do hope that we have some more Kirby to look forward to. That's my son. I hope we got more of them, right? And then this last one, definitely the least of my expectations, but definitely one that's very important to a lot of people. And I think just the gaming sphere in general is in need of it because we're definitely feeling its missing presence. Smash. We need one of two things. I don't know if I made the video that I was planning on making. No, I did make this video a while back, I think. But essentially, we need one of two things. We need that Switch 2 edition that's gonna give us, you know, better resolution, maybe another game mode or two, maybe some additional story content for World of Light, or maybe a completely new story mode that could be completely separate, its own thing, or just a new set of characters. We need a new set of characters, right? Because it's, you know, I feel bad. It upsets me to high hell that Sora, my #1 dream character, came out in Smash finally, and he was the last one. And then after that, it just started to die out a little. You know what I'm saying? It's like just nobody was talking about Smash anymore after that first like month or two with Sora. And it's like, wow. No. Like, that sucks. That sucks that it just kind of faded away during its peakest moment when one of the most requested characters of all time finally makes his way in. And then that's just it. You know what I'm saying? It's like a joke. It's like a joke. Because it's like, I feel like I barely even got time to like comfortably practice with him before I got him into Elite Smash, and then that was it. So it's like, I don't know. I think it's time for either more Smash Ultimate, or we gotta see some new blood, bro. We gotta see some new blood. If Sakurai's spearheading that, cool. If not, I don't blame him. But I know Nintendo, they're not gonna let Smash die, so somebody else is gonna take the helm. There's no doubt in my mind. But we need to see it pretty soon, I think. We've had Smash Ultimate for a very long time. It's been 8 years now, I think. Yeah. It's been about 8 years now. 2028 will be our 10-year anniversary of Smash Ultimate. So, it might be time to lock in, y'all. That's where I'm at with that. So, whatever Sakurai's got planned, whether it's Kid Icarus, Kirby, whatever he's got cooking, I would like to see that next project. Now for this next one, and this is the last of my my first party need to sees, or whatever I end up calling this list. I need to see one of two things. I either need to see a crazy looking new IP, something that Nintendo's going to be just delving into, just helping flourish for years to come, a new IP that could be long lasting, or an absolutely ridiculously insane crossover with characters of two franchises that we would never expect in a full game, right? Obviously, the first thing that comes to mind with something like that is Smash. Smash is the perfect crossover title, but I want to see something a little more dedicated. I think it was like a year or so ago now, maybe 2, I made a video talking about an actual true Sonic and Mario crossover, right? And I'm not talking about Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. No, I'm talking like Super Mario Brothers Z, like not inspired, but like type of crossover where we see a genuine story, you know? Maybe that next Mario and Luigi game, maybe that next, I'm not even gonna say Sonic Chronicles, that would be stupid, but the idea here is that that would be an absolutely ridiculous true crossover between two characters that people know of, especially with Sonic on its uprise within the last couple of years. I think he's definitely close to or back up to status to start rivaling Mario again like that. And I would really, really, really love to see a true crossover with these characters, whether it be in an action 3D platformer, whether it be in a tactical RPG, whether it be in a regular RPG, whether it be in a racing game or something. I don't even, not a racing game. They both just got racing games. We got to do something more fun with it, more fun than that. Or hell, even just Sonic in Mario Kart World. But I think it's time to see something crazy within that caliber, right? If not that, then like Link needs to be in Fortune's Weave or something, or I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like we got to do something nuts. We got to do some crazy crossover, like, game or something that people are not expecting. And I think that'll be, like, a major, like, whoa, like, okay, like, that's gonna be one of our heavy hitters for 27. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I really hope Nintendo is broadening their horizons and being willing to, you know, let their IPs free a little more. Right? Now that they're in the movie space, I really hope that they're willing to, like, see that, you know, something like Fox being in the Mario movie gives so much appeal just because it brings in so many people's curiosity. It's just like, what is Fox doing here? Like, even people that weren't that heavy into Star Fox, they saw Fox, they're like, dude, what's going on with him? Like, that's so cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want that for a full-fledged game. I know that probably sounds a little crazy, but I need to see something like that, right? So that's where my head's at. We'll definitely talk more in depth about something like that in a later video. But for now, that's where my head's at when it comes to the first party things that we need to see when it comes to Nintendo. Now, I do need to see a couple of things, just a small little handful of things when it comes to third party stuff that I would really like to see in this Direct, right? The first and foremost major thing, number one, that would just ease my heart is if we got true, genuine Kingdom Hearts native ports. Because one of the most offensive things Nintendo and Square Enix has ever done is release the cloud versions of Kingdom Hearts, everything between 1 and 3, right? And not even 3. Is 3 even available? I don't even think it is. Those cloud ports, to my knowledge, apparently have been delisted. I don't know how true that is. I have to actually look. Maybe Editor Soul will say something on screen if he remembers. But, you know, that just goes to show, like, okay, well, if they're not going to be available at all, then it's time for some native ports. And if it's time for some native ports for Kingdom Hearts on Switch like that, that means that they're probably ramping up for something. And that is nothing short of a good sign, right? But I'm not going to get too ahead of myself. First and foremost, we need to see some genuine native ports of Kingdom Hearts on Nintendo Switch. It is offensive that we even got cloud ports to begin with. Time to fix up. Let's get those native ports going. And if we get those native ports going, that Kingdom Hearts like cross-console release on day 1 for 4 is going to be immaculate. But that's my number one thing, right? Next to that, we are ramping up in Persona right now, right? In the most recent Xbox showcase, we did get the reveal for Persona 4 Revival, right? And it looks really, really good. It looks really, really pretty. One thing that concerned a lot of people was the fact that we did not see the Switch 2 logo on there. So we're thinking like, oh God, like, what happened? We just got Persona 3 Reload on Switch last year, right? So it's just like, okay, is this not going to be a day 1 situation? Or maybe it is, and maybe they were just saving that next major trailer for the Nintendo Direct, right? I need confirmation that we're going to get the Persona 4 Revival port. Or the Persona 5. I need Persona 4 Revival to also be available on Switch too. I think that's a fair ask, right? I don't think that that's crazy by any capacity, right? And then next to that, don't let them die out. I think another good way to build some genuine hype is to port over Persona Q 1 and 2. And that's it. It's that simple. I think that those games deserve more than to be stuck on the 3DS on a dead console. They're very fun games. They're very solid. Good music. Very fun crossover between all the casts. I think it's more than time. I really do. But, that being said, that's where my head is at. These are a lot of the things that I really, really want to see in this upcoming Nintendo Direct. Obviously, there's probably more stuff that I'm not really thinking about right now, but I think, for the most part, I've said enough of the general main meat of what I need to see during this Direct. So, hopefully, we get it on Tuesday. If not, maybe Thursday, and if not, hopefully sometime in June, because it's starting to get crazy that we've gone through a full pregnancy, full 9 months, with no Nintendo Direct or anything like that, right? Maybe they're holding off because they want to wait till after the release of Star Fox and Splatoon Raiders. But who knows? So we'll see what happens. But that being said, I've said my piece. I'm passing the mic over to you guys. I want you guys to tell me everything that you're thinking in the comment section below. Do you agree that these are a lot of the things that you would like to see in this next major Nintendo Direct? These are some games that you would love to, you know, get your hands on within this year or maybe early next year, and these are things that would make you hyped for this next Nintendo Direct? Or are you on the opposing side? You're not feeling it at all. This next Nintendo Direct either isn't happening or it's not going to contain anything all that is spectacular, and you don't care about Switch 2 Year 2. Tell me everything that you guys are thinking in the comment section below, because you know for a fact that I'm always going to be down with you guys. But with that, it does appear to be skedaddle o'clock, so I'm going to go ahead and do just that. I'd like to thank you guys ever so much for watching. I truly do hope you enjoyed. Do me the greatest favor of dropping a like and a comment, and consider subscribing for more content just like this here. And with that, I'm Gonzo. Thanks again, hope you enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Do me the greatest favor, taking good ass care, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!